Look at this place. The decor is dreadful. Wow, God, it's depressing. Is that eggplant fresh?
Is it fresh? It's from the can.
Canned eggplant? No. That's gnarly. That's just dreadful.
Ew, that didn't even look good, did it? Well, that's a scene from Kitchen Nightmares where owners spend a week attempting to revive a food business. And speaking of the food business, now you always hear signs of a good restaurant, right? But you don't always hear about signs of a bad restaurant. So our quirky critic, Mitch Wilburn, he's our food critic. He's here with 3 red flags to look out for when you're restaurant shopping. How you doing, Mitch?
Very good.
All right, so tell us about this. The intro was right. I don't think we look for signs because we go in looking for just good food.
That's true. You're trying to have a positive outlook, but if you're going to a restaurant that you don't know if it's good, you don't really trust the online reviews, then you can use these tips and kind of get a little heads up to see if you should 86 the place.
Okay, so what's the first tip for us?
The first tip, it's kind of a new trend. It's overcomplicated items.
Okay.
Too often people are throwing in just every ingredient, everything but the kitchen sink, just to kind of make it sound good. But it will not, few chefs have the ability to pull off that much complication.
Okay.
I mean, if you see a menu item that says just seared scallop risotto, amazing. But if it's, Hudson Bay pan-seared scallops with a saffron chorizo, English pea risotto, then, all right, you're kind of selling me this thing pretty hard.
That's a bit much, right? Okay, so that's the first bad sign. Okay, the second bad sign you talk about, I'm kind of conflicted about this one.
I know, and it's kind of a up in the air subject. Some people love them, some people hate them. It's restaurant/lounge/nightclub concepts.
Okay.
And some of them, admittedly, are pretty good. But too often, you see them just trying to compensate for not so much good food, and food compensating for not so great a nightclub.
Oh, okay. I never looked at it like that. I was like, when I saw that, I thought, okay, so maybe in the early evening it's the lounge, and then the restaurant concept, they kind of keep that during the afternoon for the lunch crowd or whatever. But you're saying when you try to incorporate too many different themes, it's too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you're talking about, that is usually pretty all right. If it switches at some point, then, separate, but, they both have their strengths, but they don't mesh so well.
Okay, gotcha. All right, and the last one is off-theme items being more popular. Explain that.
Oh, yes. This is kind of an important one. If you go to a restaurant or you check reviews and see what people like and say it's a sushi restaurant, but the most popular item is the fried chicken or the teriyaki bowl. Or you go to an Italian restaurant and the most popular thing is the hamburger.
Yeah.
That's just when I want to throw down a smoke pellet and just dive out of the window.
You want to be David Copperfield.
There's something wrong here.
All right, so hey, those are good ones though. You're right. If I go to a sushi restaurant and they say the best thing on the menu is a burger, time to go. All right, Mitch, thank you so much for those tips. That's pretty good. Jason?
What about if you combined a couple weird foods like Roscoe's, chicken and waffles? That tastes better than it sounds.